The Artists and Artisans Development and Network was founded in 2014 to provide resources and community development for artists and artisans who are immigrants to Canada. Artists and Artisans Development Network's mission is to provide support and opportunities for economic and social development to artists and artisans of all practices who are newcomers to Canada or from other visible minority groups. With community collaborations and support from academia, we deliver need-based projects for immigrants in Canada in areas of inclusion, integration, safety, skills development, intergenerational collaborations, and multicultural arts and performing arts. Through projects, local initiatives, visual and in-person events, we bring the community together to celebrate and showcase visual arts, crafts, music, dance, and culinary treats. If you want to be part of this journey, please email us at info@artistsandartisans.ca or visit our website, www.artistsandartisans.ca.
Hi, everyone. I am so happy to be here with all of you. My name is Michelle Jobin, and I am your host for today. Welcome to the Toronto Artistic Food Expo Day 2, supported by the City of Toronto, Show Love TO, and Metro. Before we dive into delicious and tasty topics, and believe me, there are a lot of them today. There's so much deliciousness to get through. And because you'll be with me for the next 2 hours, I wanted to let you know a little bit about my background and myself. I am a TV host, producer, and writer, and I've been covering the food scene in Toronto for over a decade now. And not only am I passionate about food, but even more so, I'm passionate about telling the stories of the incredible people that are part of our food, beverage, and hospitality industries. And because of this, I am so thrilled to be here today hosting this event. Now, let me introduce the organizations that are behind this fantastic event. The Artists and Artisans Development and Network was founded in 2014 to provide resources and community development for artists and artisans who are immigrants to Canada. They started by helping artists participate in community events and festivals to promote and showcase their work, and have since grown their community and program offerings. They now work with over 500 artisans in over 112 languages, helping them access cultural and economic opportunities. And our other organizer today is Saffron Hub. Saffron Hub is a national nonprofit organization established to support and promote women food entrepreneurs throughout Canada. Saffron Hub believes in inclusion, empowerment, and collective impact through innovative and need-based programs and services where poverty is reduced, equity is achieved, and community collaboration is possible for the betterment of our communities. For this event, we are so happy to receive support from elected government officials. So let's hear some words of encouragement that we were sent in from Councillor Shelley Carroll.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Toronto's Artistic Food Expo. I want to send a great thank you to Saffron Hub and all the organizers of this event. You know, I love Saffron Hub's mandate to especially promote women food entrepreneurs. It means a lot to us here in Don Valley North in the City of Toronto. In our neighborhood, so many women have taken their recipes and skills that they've brought from other countries, and they've brought them to the food pastiche that is Toronto, gradually moving into business. And it has become the trademark of the City of Toronto. Promoting it and generating it now means that we have a really special way of rebuilding our economy, capitalizing on all of the various food expertise and wonderful tastes that characterize Toronto is probably what's going to bring us back to a very vibrant economy. So enjoy, watch, taste, learn, And I hope that soon, with vaccination, we'll all be enjoying these great foods in person.
Thank you so much to Councillor Shelley Carroll for that message, and of course to the City of Toronto for your support. And finally, a big thanks to the City of Toronto, Show Love TO, and Metro for their support in making this expo possible. Make sure you comment online throughout the event for your chance to win one of the 5 gift baskets Metro has put together specifically for our event. For all of your cooking needs when you are at home, don't forget that Metro is here for you. Did you know that they have a locally sourced section within every Metro? I think that's so fantastic to shop local and support our local food producers. So let's hear about that a little bit more.
Across Ontario, every community is different, unique.
We all have something special to offer.
Our own individual tastes and flavors.
That's why Metro launched their locally sourced program,
so they could stock their shelves with our products
from our communities.
So when you shop local at Metro,
you can feel good about supporting local businesses.
Like ours.
Ours.
And ours.
To find our products, just look for the locally sourced section at your local Metro.
For local spices,
quinoa,
wontons,
and so much more.
Because Metro doesn't just help support the community.
It's part of the community too.
My Metro.
My Metro.
My Metro?
My Metro.
My Metro.
My Metro like no other.
I think that's just fantastic to be supporting our local food producers. So thank you so much to Metro. And for more information, you can always visit metro.ca/local. And now let's kick things off with a little trip to Italy from the Sisters Table. The Sisters Table is more than just a cooking show. It's about Italian culture, about Italian food and their families. And this is the core of every Italian household. Each of them shares their stories along with special dishes passed down from their mothers. And as they continue to grow together, one thing will always remain the same for the Sisters Table. They will take the time to sit down and enjoy a meal together and create new stories.
Hi, my name is Elena. Welcome to the Sisters Table. We like to thank the artists and artisans and the Saffron Hub for giving us this wonderful opportunity. We are in the beautiful Muskokas. We are 5 women who are passionate about food, love our families, and have a zest for travel and life. Come on in and let's see what the sisters are doing. Follow me.
Hi, my name is Lisa. The Sisters Table is all about family and traditions. I've been lucky enough in my life to be surrounded by amazing cooks, from my mother to my nonnas to my mother-in-law, Chef Luciana. Today we're going to be making pasta forno. This dish brings back so many childhood memories for me, especially on our Sunday picnics. On one side of the park, there was hot dogs and hamburgers grilling, and on our side of the park, there was this delicious pasta forno. I have my tomato sauce already started, my pasta water is boiling, my pasta of choice is rigatoni, so let's get started.
Hi, my name is Josie. This particular pasta forno is a traditional rustic Calabrese dish. Pasta al forno is simple and it's delicious, and your family will love it. This particular dish derives from the cucina povera. La cucina povera is peasant cuisine. Peasant cuisine is food that is sustainable, that fills your belly, and that everything was used. Nothing was wasted. Today, we are making meat braciole using ground beef. However, there are different versions. There are versions using ground pork or pork sausage, removing the casing and frying it up, or a vegetarian version using, I've used eggplants, sun-dried tomatoes, infurinate olives, and the smoked provolone.
Hi, my name is Nora. The Sisters Table are huge supporters of using fresh local produce and shopping your local farmers market. Here we have fresh farm eggs, we have some peas and some fresh shredded mozzarella. That's all going to be added to our pasta al forno. I remember growing up, my mom making friends with as many farmers as she could. She'd bring them homemade fresh bread and pastries, and they'd send her home with trays of fresh eggs, cow's milk, and fresh produce, which she'd incorporate in all of her recipes. During this pandemic, the one good thing was being able to spend some more time in my kitchen trying my mom's recipes that have been passed down and my mother-in-law's with my young girls who love to cook and love good food. I love teaching my daughters old world traditions with a modern twist. And that's what the Sisters Table is all about.
Hi, my name is Modesta, and our pasta al forno is done. It's gonna go in the oven right now. It's a beautiful dish. It's colorful, it's tasty, and it feeds a lot of people. You know, food has brought the Sisters Table to life, and we love to share our stories from around our table. We believe the kitchen is the heart of the home. So when you sit down at your table tonight, what stories will you share with your family?
The Sisters Table is honored to be a part of the Toronto Artistic Food Expo. We would like to thank the artists and artisans and the Saffron Hub. On behalf of the Sisters Table, a la salute.
Salute. Chin chin.
Thank you so much, ladies. I mean, all of that food looked incredible. So thank you so much for contributing that today. And I love seeing everyone's comments. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us, sharing some of your favorite foods and your impressions of what you're seeing today. It's so great to know that some traditions are kept within everyone's family, even with everyone's busy lives at this point. So it's great to see that from the Sisters Table. Now for our next guest, let me introduce the inspiring man and story behind Peace by Chocolate. Tarek Haddad was a Syrian refugee who now lives his new life with his entrepreneurial family on Canada's East Coast. He is the founder and CEO of Peace by Chocolate and the recipient of Startup Canada's National Newcomer Entrepreneur Award. Passionate about peace and entrepreneurship, and apparently chocolate as well, his family relaunched their family business here to recreate the chocolates they once exported across the Middle East. And their story turned into an international, inspiring phenomenon.
Hello everyone, my name is Tarek Haddad. I am the CEO and founder of Peace by Chocolate here in Nova Scotia, Canada, and I'm so excited to share with you my journey and my story. I came to Canada with my family as a refugee in 2016. After our lives were destroyed in the war in Syria, we did not want to become part of this war. So we had to leave and flee our country in 2013. Only a few months before we left, we had the second largest chocolate factory in the Middle East that my father has built since 1986 with passion, blood, sweat, and tears. And the factory was bombed by an airstrike in 2012. 10 minutes after my father has left with hundreds of employees. In 1986, my father started the company after he believed that chocolate makes happiness. He went to a wedding of my cousin and he realized that chocolate is a product that connects people. It just forms this amazing and magic relationship and connection with your community. He got back to my grandmother and he told her he found it. He is passionate about making the world a happier place. In a few months, my father met my mother and she shared him with that passion about making happiness. In every chocolate box that my father used to make in Syria, there was a note that says, "My name is Isam, I don't make chocolate, I make happiness." We grew up in the love of our community, the social cohesion that was so outstanding. And I knew in Syria that if I had a trouble, I would go and talk to anyone of my family members who were living in the same building. Having that sense of safety and peace made us forget the value of it. Our now integrated into a very beautiful community called Antigonish within only a few weeks of arriving here. We knew we have a lot to offer to our community, to give back, to get back to the things that we love, which is making chocolate. And within a few months, we went to the farmers market. We were sold out in half an hour for the first day. Our company started growing from there. We started selling to many vendors across Nova Scotia. But Prime Minister Justin Trudeau talked about our company at the United Nations Summit in 2016 in September, and was shared with the entire leaders of the world. We call the company Peace by Chocolate because we believe that peace stands for passion, enthusiasm, advocacy, contribution, and excellence. And peace is the noblest thing on earth that everyone should fight for. Chocolate is our product of happiness. That's why the first 2 chocolate bars we created were called the Peace Bars in multiple languages, and you would see that there are tutorials on the bars that tell you how to say peace in different languages. This was our first chocolate bar. That's called Wanta Udi. It means peace in Mi'kmaq. And I knew at that time there's nothing nobler than spreading our message in the mother tongue of the land that we are on and the land that we call home, which is Mi'kmaqi. In 2016, we had that passion to rebuild our business because I believed entrepreneurship is about jumping off cliffs and building a plane on the way down, as Reid Hoffman once said. And entrepreneurship is about resiliency through adversity. Business is about leadership. Business is a platform to create change. That's why we established the Peace on Earth Society, where we donate our profit to many organizations. That's how we started, by donating our profit to Canadian Red Cross relief efforts in Alberta in 2016 after the wildfires in Fort McMurray. And now we have 4 major partnerships. One with the Canadian Mental Health Association, another one with Puckankik, the Mi'kmaq community, and many Indigenous communities in Nova Scotia. We have a sponsorship by our Pride Bars to Phoenix Youth Programs to help homeless youth in the cities like Halifax. And we have a partnership with Refugee Hub throughout our Welcome to Canada chocolate bar. You know, after we started the business in Canada, we had no idea where things can go. Our chocolate has been to space with an astronaut of NASA called Dr. Andrew Fusen. Our chocolates have been to the Congress by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Our chocolate now is being shipped to many Canadian embassies around the world, and we are on the way to become one of the major chocolate companies in the country. You know, surviving the war has shifted my mindset. In 2013, our family were forced to leave our homes, to leave everything behind, because we knew if we stayed home, we'll be killed by a bombing. In 2020, when the pandemic hit, we were asked to stay in our homes and to stay safe. And I said, I will take the second, full stop. Because being in a pandemic is much more merciful than being in a war. Surviving the war has just shifted our mindset to adapt and adjust. And we knew at that time that being stuck is not a setback. It is an opportunity to grow. It is an opportunity to share your new ideas and be creative. Okay? That's exactly what entrepreneurship is all about. Being creative, innovative, and doing and making your own path. It's not always going to be easy. In business, there are peaks and there are valleys. Valleys make you appreciate the peaks way more and prepare you for the next valleys. So when we started that company in Canada, it's the 2nd largest country in the world. There is space for everyone. And if you don't find your opportunity, you're not a tree. You have legs, and that's for a reason. You can move and just find your own way. I know the pandemic has been hard, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. If life throws brick at you, use that brick to build a firm foundation so it doesn't hurt you in the future. Our company started on the base values that using local ingredients is something at the heart of making your products with love. And when you care more about the people that you serve than the product that you make, this is exactly the key success in business. And I'm sure many of you have already figured that out. So our company started only a few years ago, and we had to shut down during the pandemic. But we came back stronger, and we are on the way to recover by the end of 2021, because we have that mindset that resiliency through adversity and adapting and adjusting is the key reason for success. Many businesses wear just that lenses, that they see only dollar signs, they don't see people. We decided to see people. We decided to serve those communities who have been there for us during easy times and during the times of crisis.
Thank you so much, Tarek. That is just such an incredibly amazing and inspiring story that you have behind Peace by Chocolate. I have loved hearing it. And I can tell from the comments that I'm seeing from all of you that you have loved hearing this story from Tarek as well. It's no surprise to me that Peace by Chocolate has become a favorite, not only in your community of Antigonish, but also here in Toronto and across Canada. So thank you so much for that. Now, especially with everything happening this past year or so, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, as Tarek mentioned, restaurants, catering, and tourism businesses, and really small businesses in general, have been negatively impacted. And we wanted to remind you that the main goal of this event aims to bring a spotlight on the creativity of these entrepreneurs. And we've just heard so much of that already, and business owners, and how we want to offer them an opportunity to showcase their products and also their companies. We're focusing on Toronto and Scarborough specifically this weekend to show all of the Greater Toronto Area and all of you that are listening today what amazing talent that we have here. We also wanted to acknowledge the amazing supporting teams, including the Board of Directors of Artists and Artisans, Development and Network, and Saffron Hub, as well as our media partners and sponsors. A big thank you, of course, to our sponsor, Metro, who has generously offered 5 gift baskets to some of the guests engaging the most in comments and asking questions. And I see a lot of you are very active there already. So I love to see that. Thank you so much for that. In addition to these Metro gift baskets, we also have an amazing community partners that have created beautiful gift prizes for over 15 winners. So you might win a plant from the Plant Hut, a 1-month tea supply from Genuine Tea, delicious chaga powders from Ritual, a baking basket from Giddy-O, snacks from Healthy Crunch, a beauty bag worth over $200 from the Province Apothecary, or even a gift card from local favorite Greenhouse Juice. Those are some of my favorite companies locally right now. So I'm very excited to see that. So good luck to all of you in winning. I also want to thank our media and agency partners here today. The Culinary Tourism Alliance, they do incredible work here in Ontario promoting local businesses in the food and hospitality realm. And of course, Grantex Inc. Thank you to both of you. Now, let's picture ourselves on the sandy beaches of Mexico. I would really like to do that right now, while we find out more about Tita's Mexican Food. Istra Avila is the creative and artistic talent behind Tita's Mexican Food. Istra's passion for food started when she was a little girl, spending time in the kitchen with her grandmother. It was there where she fell hopelessly in love with Mexican cuisine.
Hi, my name is Istra and I'm the owner of Tita's Mexican Food. I come from a family that loves to cook. My grandma was my great inspiration, and my mom, they are great cookers. But basically where I really started learning how to cook and really get in love with the kitchen is when I was living abroad in Mexico, and I started just missing the food. And there were no really good restaurants around, so I figured out that I have to cook by myself. And I just started remember what my grandma and my mom used to do. And if I just had any question, I would just call my mom, and she would give me by phone the recipes. And that's how I started realizing that I like to cook, that I was good at, that it's something I really enjoyed. And then when I came to Canada, about a couple of years that I was here, I started cooking for myself, for my family, for friends, and then I decided that it was something that I want to do a little bit more professional. But it was only a couple of years ago that I was able to open Tita's Mexican Food. Tita's Mexican Food is a concept of traditional Mexican food that you normally don't find in a lot of places. So we do like really traditional recipes. These are recipes that come back from my mom, back from my family. Also recipes that some other people have shared with me from their own families. So we try to do everything from scratch, everything fresh, everything the way it's made in Mexico. One of my favorite dishes is the tinga. It can be made with chicken or it can be made with beef. But it's made with a tomato, a lot of spice, and dried chilies. You boil all together and it has to boil for several hours. So while it's boiling, it's just merge of the flavors and it's just so delicious. My first memories for me cooking is when I was in the kitchen, my grandma's kitchen. I love to be there. She has this round table when some of the grandchild would just sit around and would just help her, like for example cleaning the beans when they are dry. You have to clean it because they can have little rocks on dirty things they have to clean. So that's one of the things that we kids were helping us. Also, one of the things I really like helping her is do the sopes. Sopa is a dish that you do with the fresh dough, the corn dough. So we will love to play with the dough and we'll just make different shapes. And then you will cook it on the comal, that is kind of a flat pan, and you will see how it grows in the comal. It was just amazing as a kid to do the experience. That's one of my memories when I was a kid. My proudest moment is when someone from Mexico come and try our food and we make them feel like back home. There are a lot of ways to support small business owners. One of those is follow and support on social media. Social media has a lot of impact right now. Another way is just to talk about us with your coworkers, with your friends, and just pass the word if you like a place. I think my biggest learn as an entrepreneur is not to give up. Like, things don't always go the way you expected, but you just have to continue and not give up. Just try in different ways. Just try the best you can.
Thank you so much, Easter. That looks amazing. We're so happy you're bringing your authentic Mexican cuisine to our community here and now. And now we'd like to share some words from Member of Parliament for Vaughan, Francesco Sobara.
Hello, Toronto Artistic Food Expo. Francesco Sobara here, your Member of Parliament for Vaughan Woodbridge. You can catch this year's virtual events on Facebook and YouTube. Our restaurants, catering companies, and tourism businesses have been adversely affected due to COVID-19. By tuning in, we can all help to ensure the promotion and economic revival of all our favorite small businesses. Canadians in the GTA and across the country can learn more and connect with all these local businesses. This also provides chefs like Tony an opportunity to showcase their talent, presenting innovative and creative concepts through a virtual platform via social media. To all the restaurants, chefs, staff, and catering companies that have faced enormous challenges during the pandemic, we are here for you. I encourage everyone to shop and support local wherever possible. Here's to all our small businesses in Vaughan, the GTA, and across Canada. We are here to support you. Enjoy the expo.
Thank you so much to MP Sobara for that. We wanted to take a quick second before moving on to thank our amazing team that worked on this behind the scenes to bring the Toronto Artistic Food Expo to life. Shireen Mandani, Jessica Lemire, Jennifer Shu, Brian Nkoyoyo, Eric Lewis, Tony LaFerrara, and Mary Carmen Tay-Lee. A big round of applause and huge thanks for allowing us to discover these tasty restaurants and businesses. And to have access to exclusive content and be the first to know about our next events, be sure to follow us on social media platforms. Facebook pages are Artists and Artisans Development and Network, and of course, Saffron Hub. And on Instagram, Artists and Artisans Network and Saffron_Hub Official. So make sure you're following us on all of those platforms and you can find out about what's happening coming up. And now, let's hear from Chef Daniele Corona. Born in Naples, Italy, Chef Daniele's upbringing was of classic and traditional Italian culture. In Italy, food is the foundation of culture, and I think many of us around the world can relate to that as well. Since his youth, Chef Daniele's interest in food went above and beyond his palate. He learned to savor and respect the art of Italian cuisine. Much of Daniele's career has been centered among the most respected chefs and restaurants in Italy, many of which have been awarded with Michelin stars.
Hello everybody, I am Daniele Corona, chef del Don Alfonso restaurant in Casaloma. Today I'm gonna make a recipe for artist and artisan and Saffron Hub. Let me introduce our ingredients. Today we're gonna cook our rice, we're gonna make a risotto. We have fresh cherry tomatoes, rice, Acquerello rice. We have olive oil, basil, parmesan, 36 months old, cherry tomato confit, burrata, fresh burrata from Andria. Andria is a small town in south of Italy. Some garlic, organic butter, and some fresh sardine. First of all, I'm gonna marinate the sardine with salt and brown sugar. The sardine is already without bones. After that, we're gonna smoking sardine for 10 minutes in sherry wood. Exactly. Here we go. So while we are finishing smoke our fish, we're gonna make a broth, cherry tomato broth. Just cut enough our cherry tomato with some water and blend it for 1 minute in Thermomix. After we mix our cherry tomato, we strain it in a pot, and this one will be our broth to cook our risotto. Let's cook risotto. Before we cook our risotto in our broth, we have to toast our risotto. We put some olive oil in a pot with the garlic, and then we put rice, just for 30 seconds, we're gonna toast the rice. After that, we're gonna start cook risotto with our cherry tomato broth. Let's cook risotto for at least 30 minutes. We finish cooking our risotto. We're gonna take care of our sardine, and we're gonna cook just like that with torch. It is a traditional dish from Napoli with my twist. Here we go. After that, we're gonna do last step of risotto. We take it out of the induction and we're gonna mantecare. The name of this step is mantecare. It's the last step where we're gonna put the butter and parmesan. Here we go. Once the risotto is ready, like that, we're gonna start plating our dish. Let's take a plate. We're gonna add some basil puree in a bowl. After that, we're gonna add some fresh burrata. Like that. Some cherry tomato confit. And the final, but the most important touch, we're gonna add our risotto tomato. Like that. A little bit here. And on the side, we have our sardine. So this is my dish for artist and artisan. This is one of the most important dish for me because I did it more than 10 years ago. That's why it's very important for me. I like call it riso in tomato water, burrata and sardine. Thank you for watching the video and buon appetito. Ciao.
Ciao. Thank you so much, Chef Daniele. That looked absolutely incredible and definitely craving some risotto now. And I see many of you are interested in the recipes, so I should remind you that Artists and Artisans and Saffron Hub will be posting the recipes that we see today later on their social media channels. So stay tuned for all of that. Moving on, I'd like to introduce you to a local favorite, Classic Juice Co. Classic Juice Co. is a wellness company regarded for their handcrafted, cold-pressed, raw, and 100% natural juice elixirs created with purpose and passion. Delivering the maximum amount of nutrients in each of their drinks, Classic Juice Co. is a place where good vibes meet good food and good people. Their goal is simply to make delicious and healthy drinks that can support individuals on their self-care journey.
Welcome to Classic Juice. My name is Tamara. We are a wellness company best known for our small batch, handcrafted, cold pressed juice that is made on site, fresh daily. Our mission is to support support individuals on their self-healing journey, as well as to motivate them to find purpose in their everyday lives. My family and I were inspired to start Classic Juice Co. after experiencing the wonderful healing benefits of cold pressed juice in our own self-healing journey. We started off as incubators in a downtown cafe, moved into farmers markets, and catered for a number of organizations before finding our own brick and mortar space in 2018. After a year of renovations, we opened in August of 2019, and this is our first location. We offer fresh, natural, healthy food options in the form of cold pressed juice, smoothies, wraps, and salads. This is our cold pressed juice menu that offers over 48 different options on a seasonal and rotating menu. We are inspired by the Jamaican Rastafarian ITAL lifestyle. The primary goal of adhering to an ITAL lifestyle is to consume foods that increase the living life force within the body, also known as living. A common belief shared is that food should be natural, pure, and directly from the earth. Good things take time, and our visitors can expect a small wait as majority of our menu items are made to order. We're known for our bright, airy space, warm colors, good music, and warm, friendly family vibes. One of our proudest moments was being nominated as Best Juice Bar in Toronto within our very first 2 years of opening. Another proud moment was during the Black Lives Matter movement when we were able to use our Instagram profile to bring awareness to the environmental racism that continues to affect Black Indigenous people of Halifax, Nova Scotia until this very day. Something that I continue to enjoy today as an adult that I used to love when I was a kid is a strawberry banana smoothie with orange juice. When I'm craving something sweet, I like to scoop vanilla ice cream right on top. One of the things we really enjoy here is making people fall in love with things that they usually don't like beets or kale. And we pair them with other ingredients that help to balance the tasting notes so that they can enjoy the health benefits of these items that they usually avoid. One of the menu items that we're hoping to create and we're still perfecting is a soursop smoothie. I'm really inspired by Anthony Bourdain and the way that he explored international cuisine and offered the world insight without pretense. I'm also inspired by Chef Lynn Crawford and her use of fresh seasonal ingredients. Some advice I have for people who want a quick, easy dinner suggestion is to incorporate more salads into your dinner. Salads can leave you feeling full if you incorporate some nice hearty ingredients. Today we're going to explore how to make a kale turnip salad using a fresh made dressing with garlic, tahini, and turmeric. This salad starts with a fresh dressing. It has a cup of hummus, a third cup of garlic, third cup of tahini, quarter cup of turmeric, and a quarter cup of cayenne pepper. 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, and we'll bring everything together. Next, you'll take some kale that's been washed. It's very important to wash your kale to get rid of any small bugs, pesticide residue, anything like that. And you're just going to massage it a little bit to make it easier to work with. And you'll notice it also brightens the color when you do that. And then we're just going to shred it. So you'll just cut it up really, really finely. Once the kale is finely shredded, you'll just put it in the same bowl with the dressing. And you'll add some chopped cucumbers. And you'll stir and mix it up. Next, we'll add some red onion. And you'll add this after you've dressed the kale because you want the onions to be bright and vibrant and not covered with the dressing. We'll add some pickled turnips.
and lemon zest. We'll lightly toss it, and then we'll get ready to plate. Once it's plated, you'll sprinkle on some sesame seeds and add a pinch more lemon zest for more color. And that's your dinner. Your kale, turnip, tahini salad. Some ways that we've become creative and had to adjust for the pandemic in order to keep business coming and also serve the community is to continually interact with customers online with regular menu updates. We've also transitioned into some online platforms to make accessing the product easier. We've participated in virtual markets, and we've also partnered with other businesses to expand our reach and promote those businesses as well. You can support local businesses like ours by promoting us on your social media networks, through your family, and even at work. You can purchase gift cards and also leave reviews online. When you leave a positive review, it gives a key insight to someone who hasn't been here before exactly what the experience is like. If you don't have a positive review, please give small businesses an opportunity to fix the problem by sending them an email or giving them a phone call. We hope you'll come down to 287 Coxwell and visit us for your chance to experience fresh, natural, cold-pressed juice, wraps, smoothies, and salads.
Thank you so much to Classic Juice Company. I think it's just absolutely wonderful. You're making such incredibly fresh, delicious juices and, of course, food as well. Up next, let's find out more about another amazing chef, Nick Manzone. Chef Nick is a seasoned chef with over 14 years of experience. He started his training at Georgetown College right here in Toronto and perfected his craft in Italy. Upon returning to Canada, he honed his skills in some of Toronto's top restaurants, such as Buca and Campagnolo. And while working at Campagnolo, perfecting his skills in fresh pasta, he was inspired to start his business, Pastifico 00. He takes pride in knowing that he produces fresh pasta for some of Toronto's top restaurants. He even wishes to get his signature pasta to the public. I hope that's going to be happening soon. So stay tuned for that.
Hello everyone, I'm Nick Manzone, owner and operator of Pastifico 00 here in Toronto. I'd like to start off by thanking Saffron Hub and Artists and Artisans for putting on such a wonderful event and giving myself, as well as all the other chefs, restaurateurs, and different entrepreneurs the opportunity to showcase what we can offer. Today we'll be making something that is very close to my heart, that I've been eating for a very long time from a young age, that my grandmother would make me. And it's a ricotta gnocchi with a fresh garden tomato sauce. Today we'll be using ricotta from Quality Cheese, which is located in Vaughan, a little bit north of Toronto, all made with Canadian dairy. When I make my gnocchi, I like to soften up the cheese a little bit. So traditionally, when you would make pasta, you'd start with a well and put your stuff in the middle. But with gnocchi, I like to start it off like this. Seasoned with a little bit of salt, 1 egg in the middle, and some flour to start around. Using a bench scraper, you could slowly start to incorporate all of the ingredients. You can add flour as needed. My nonna would always say when I'd ask her, oh, Nonna, how much flour do you use? She would say, yeah, whatever flour it takes, which is not a very good description. A general ratio to make a good product that's still soft would be 2 parts ricotta to 1 part flour. Once you've incorporated most of your ingredients, you can kind of just push it all together and try and form a bowl. Ricotta gnocchi is a little bit more forgiving than potato, whereas it won't turn into a big gluey lump if you overwork it. rest your dough off to the side and clean up your workspace. As well as having a clean workspace, it's also very important to have clean hands. So give me one moment so I can wash my hands. And we're back. In the meantime, while your dough is resting, you can get your pot of water that I have just back here up to a boil. You never want to salt your water before the water is actually boiling because salted water takes longer to come up to a boil. While that's resting, we can start our garden tomato sauce. Here I have some chopped up garlic and onion, 2 ounces of olive oil, 3 cups of chopped tomatoes that I just blanched, peeled, and diced. We'll add a little bit of heat to the pot before we add any of the oil and onions and garlic. Add all of the olive oil. Give it about 10 seconds for it to heat up before adding your onions and garlic. We'll sweat that out for a little bit. A good tip when sweating your vegetables is to add a little bit of salt because it draws out the moisture and really lets them break down better. Now that the water's boiling, you can add some salt. Something my grandmother always said to me is that you want the water to taste like licking the bottom of the ocean floor. So give it a generous amount of salt. Right now you can probably hear the garlic and onions really sizzling. And once they're a little translucent, you can add all of your tomato. You can add a little bit more salt to, again, draw out more moisture from the tomato. And once this comes up to the boil, we can turn the heat up. That's given your dough enough time to rest that it'll be easier to work with now. Here I have another bowl of just flour and a little semolina to help roll the pasta out and prevent it from sticking to the table as well as my hands. Take your ball of dough and roll it into a little log like this. Now we'll cut it down all the way through the length, and we'll do it again. Roll in smaller logs. Now each one of these we can cut into 3 more pieces and put off to the side for now. Do it one more time. I don't have my tomato sauce cooking high enough, so I turn a little bit more heat. From here, we'll roll it out even further until we're ready to cut them. Make sure to give your tomato sauce a stir every once in a while to avoid it sticking to the bottom of the pot. So a sauce like this doesn't take too long to cook. So by this point you can start tasting it to make sure all your seasoning is appropriate. Pretty good. So now that your gnocchi is all rolled out into your nice logs, give it a generous amount of flour for dusting to avoid sticking together when you cut them together. You can grab 2 pieces at a time, again giving it some more flour. Flour your knife and cut little square-shaped pillows. voila. Now there's so many different ways people like to serve their gnocchi. I personally like to keep them square like this. However, my grandmother would always take them and just kind of run her finger like that through them. But ain't nobody got time for that. Check your sauce once more. And you should probably be able to tell by this point that the tomatoes aren't so chunky anymore. It's looking more like the sauce. In the meantime, we can boil some gnocchi. The nice thing about gnocchi is that it doesn't take very long to cook. They're pretty much done once they've started floating to the top. Okay, finally floating to the top. Take them out, right into your sauce. And you can continue to cook them slightly longer in your sauce. It's like a made-for-TV moment. What I prepared earlier. Okay, and that's that. Played it up like a professional chef. Oh, Nana would be so proud. Let's give it a taste. Oh, that's good. Save that for later. Well, I'd like to thank all of you for coming out and giving some support to such a great event. One more thank you to Artists and Artisans and Saffron Hub for putting this on and giving me the opportunity to showcase what I've got. Hope to see you guys soon.
Wonderful little pillows of love, and that is absolutely correct. Gnocchi is amazing. I think your Nonna would be very proud of you for sure. Before we move on, let's hear a few words from Councillor Paula Fletcher.
Hello everybody, I'm City Councillor Paula Fletcher. Welcome to Toronto Artistic Food Expo. This has been such a difficult and challenging time for so many of our small businesses, particularly our local restaurants. So this expo aims to support our local restaurants and help showcase all the fantastic food we have in Toronto. And there's so much fantastic food in our ward on the Danforth, on Queen Street, on Gerrard, up on Pape. We're well known for fantastic restaurants in Ward 14. Please continue to support our local businesses, shopping local and eating local. I'd like to thank Saffron Hub and the Artists and Artisans Development Network for hosting this really special event. I hope you enjoy the expo and learn some fun food facts while you're at it. Stay safe, stay well.
And now for yet another of my favorite types of cuisines. And before I say that, thank you so much to Councillor Paula Fletcher. We're going to get on to another one of my favorite cuisines now. And I think I should let you know that they are actually all my favorites, but this is definitely one of my favorites. We're going to hear from Miyuki's Table. Along with her sushi master father, Miyuki will be showing you how to cut fish, roll makis, and make delicious nigiri sushi. Having grown up in the restaurant industry working alongside her parents, Miyuki has always had a love for creating in the kitchen. This Toronto-based food blogger will have you feeling inspired, and she will be able to cook dishes and have you able to cook dishes that you never thought were possible.
Hey, welcome back to my table. Oh, was that terrible?
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Welcome back to Miyuki's Table. We have a very, very exciting episode for you today, and I will be teaching you about sushi. In case you didn't know, maki sushi is basically all of the sushis, but within them there are so many different types. Today we're going to be doing 3. Hosomaki, which is a thin sushi, uramaki, which means outside maki, so where the rice is on the outside, and then we're also going to be teaching you how to make nigiri. And unfortunately, I am not best, but lucky for you, we have a special guest. So this is my dad, Shinji.
Hello.
And today we are going to be showing you how to make sushi, starting off with the rice. So from my dad's recipe, we are going to tell you the perfect sushi rice seasoning, which is 5 cups of sushi rice, 95 grams of sugar, we have 22 grams of salt, about 100 milliliters of rice vinegar, and a tablespoon of mirin. You want to put this in a small pot and you just want to melt it. Do not bring it to a boil. I repeat, do not bring it to a boil. Just melt everything, and then you want to pour it over your rice, and then we will show you how to cool and mix your rice next. Is that okay? Yeah. Is everyone happy with that? Do I have to do it again? No. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, so once you have poured your vinegar and mirin, salt, sugar mixture over your rice, you're trying to cut the rice. Not necessarily mixing it, because by mixing it you squish the rice, and no one wants flat squished sushi rice. Not only will it help mix all the ingredients, but it helps cool the sushi rice so that you can roll.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. It's that easy, folks. And we are going to do the same thing where we try to cut it together. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because you're going to be good and I'm going to suck. So to start off today, we are going to be making hosomaki. Hosomaki means thin maki, and it typically only includes 1 ingredient. So today we will be showing you how to make kappamaki, which is a cucumber roll. So you just want to kind of skin your cucumber. We're just going to follow along. Once you have cut your sheet in half, and then we're just gonna go super thin.
Yeah, no, this much.
Okay. So it's about the thickness of a toothpick, as Master Shinji says. I can't even tell the difference. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
And then now we can get some seaweed. So for the hosomaki, you use the half sheets of seaweed because they are thin. I don't know if you can tell, but there is a shiny side and a non-shiny side. The shiny side is the outside. So we want the shiny side down. So you're gonna wanna wet your hand.
Yeah.
If you see on this seaweed, there is a line at the very top. You want to make sure that the rice goes underneath the line.
Yeah, this line.
And then you're gonna put some sesame seeds. And I'm gonna use my cucumber because I've worked very hard on this.
Don't put too much, ne?
Okay, don't put too much cucumber. So you basically want to pull it over to that top line that we talked about before.
Yes.
Except I probably filled mine a little bit.
Then little bit.
And then we fold it over again.
And then, yep.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, snap. I'm excited. Oh, look at that. Okay, let's try cutting it. Don't look at the bottom of it. And then to cut,
Okay.
I know you go like this or something.
You can use my knife.
Oh.
More sharp, right?
Okay, thanks. You want to dip the tip of your knife in water, and then when you see the drip of it go down, you just hit it. So it makes it so that the sushi rice doesn't stick to your knife. I know that we go down the middle first, and then you put them together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold it. Okay.
So then bumps.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Bum side first, 1, 2, 3. Regular side next.
Slowly,
1, 2.
Oh, see, you finished 2.
Okay, so let's see how to
Okay.
actually cut sushi. Roll number 2, we are going to be showing you how to do uramaki. Ura means basically outside. So this is where the rice is on the outside. And my favorite roll where it is a uramaki is a... Oh! So take it away.
Okay.
So, once again, wet your hand so that the rice doesn't stick. Unlike the hosomaki, where you had to go underneath the line, this one, you want the rice to cover the entire piece of seaweed. So, run wild, friends. And then you wet your hand, and then you
And then
smash.
push it, yeah. Little bit. Hey. Hey, 反対.
Turn that bad boy around.
Yeah.
So California roll has tobiko, crab meat, avocado, and cucumber. You don't even use the roller. I didn't even know that. So you wet your hands and you hope for the best. So you want to tuck it in, tuck it in.
Yeah,
tuck it in.
Yeah.
We got saran wrap. You want to wrap your bad boy in saran wrap.
Yeah. Hey.
Next, pull your wooden guy over your roll.
Hey.
So I find that the squeezing motion is not necessarily a circle. It's more of a square. Ooh, and then you just pull your saran wrap off. I'm actually so proud of myself right now. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was 4. I don't know, man. So it's a 1, 2, 3 motion. 1, 2, bam, 3. That was perfect.
Just a minute. So dirty.
There you go. Here, uramaki. Yay! California rolls. Okay, so for the last type of sushi that we are going to teach you today is probably the hardest, and it is the nigiri. It is where the fish or the seafood is on top of rice, and it is perfectly packed, and it just plops right into your mouth. So we are going to learn how to cut fish. So take it away, Dad.
Okay.
So we're starting with salmon. Okay. Can I just pick up a piece?
No, I give you this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you
Corner.
cutting it? You want the lines to go up and down? Does that make sense?
Up and down? No, fish.
Okay, so hold the fish.
Don't move.
Don't move.
And
Diagonal and up like this. Perfect.
oh, not bad. Yeah, okay.
So it has to be the same thickness all the way through. Okay. So at the very end, you're supposed to lift your knife like up, straight up, so that it has that edge. You start by making a slight cut going forward, and then you go all the way back until you touch the board, and then you stand it up. I think I got it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, very nice. Eh?
Yeah? Yeah. Okay. So traditionally, you're not supposed to put a lot of rice with your sushi. But if you're doing it at home, you can, because...
Party at home.
Yeah, if you're having a party at home, all you do is make a ball with your hand.
Yeah. See, like this.
Yes.
And then little bit.
Yes.
And then pick up wasabi here.
Yes.
Put it here.
Put it here.
Yeah. And then push.
Push.
Little bit.
Yeah.
And then はい。ひっくり返して。
Yeah. Oh
Oi.
my gosh. In case you guys missed that, the tip is the bottom fold in your fingers is where you kind of want to cradle the fish or the seafood, and you don't want to hold it too tight. You just want to have a nice perfect crease, and that way it can create the perfect shape. So let's try this again.
Okay. The wasabi.
So you put it in the crease in your hands. You get some wasabi up in that little bad boy. You get the rice. You squeeze him in. And that is how you do nigiri sushi, everyone.
So good. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much, Miyuki. That was so fun. And now we have a very special interview coming up with Chef Tony LaFerrara, Chef Claudio Aprile, and Chef Michael Bonaccini. Yesterday, in the first half of their conversation, they explored how COVID has impacted the culinary community and the emergence of ghost kitchens and what the restaurant experience might look like post-pandemic. Today, they will chat about the use of technology in the restaurant industry, the importance of supporting your local restaurants, and also your local farmers and artisans, with a final inspiring message from master chefs Michael Bonaccini and Claudio Aprile.
Thank you, Michelle. And hello, everyone, and welcome to the Toronto Artistic Food Expo. This is part 2 of my conversation with MasterChef Canada judges, Chef Michael Bonaccini and Chef Claudio Aprile. Yesterday, we spoke about the devastating effects of the pandemic and its impact over the hospitality industry. We spoke about ghost kitchens and how more and more of these virtual restaurants are popping up all over the place. But we all agreed that nothing can replace the experience of going to a restaurant with your family and friends and enjoying a wonderful meal. And I think, Chef Michael, we have all missed that part. But this pandemic has also forced us or allowed us to reconnect with our local farmers, with our local food producers, with artisans. In a way, we have rediscovered all of these wonderful places in our community. How important is it that we continue to support the local farmers, the local restaurants, and the local artisans in our community?
Thank you for the question, Tony. I do think that the disruption that we've experienced during COVID times has changed the way we look and think about food. Whilst it's relatively easy for us to pick up our phone, order a dinner for 3 or for 4, order some groceries to come in and be delivered, it has also forced us to cook more, cook dishes that we've never cooked before, cook dishes that we've wanted to cook more of our favorite things. We've spent more time at the grocery stores, which I think is a good thing because it helps teach us seasonality of product. It helps us see and be inspired by those ingredients that you see in the fruit and vegetables, the fresh herbs, the beautiful fish, the various cuts of meat. And in that way, it's somewhat a nod and connection with the farmers and growers. And the artisans that do incredible job with providing food ingredients, whether it is a little condiment, a little salsa, a cured meat, beautiful home fresh baked bread. All of those things are important elements that come together to create a delicious, delightful family meal. You know, we live in a country that has a challenging environment for farming or growing of produce all year round. So when spring comes at this time of year, we all get excited by the opening of your local farmers market. And what a great way to go out and enjoy fresh air, connect with a farmer that's been growing, whether it's rhubarb this time of year, asparagus is somewhat around the corner. We'll get some gorgeous strawberries come June, and to enjoy them whilst they're at their prime and at their best, and chat with a farmer and see what they've been up to and how COVID has affected them. Because if we lose those kind of passionate individuals, we've lost a slice of greatness, and that's not a good thing. So I encourage everyone who listens to this to get out there, eat local, support local, go to the farmers markets, revel in this time of year and the season, and just cook your hearts out.
Yeah, and you know, Chef Michael, one of my favorite spots in the city is the St. Lawrence Market. You know, we've been going there as a family since my kids were 2 or 3 years old. But we also discovered, you know, other wonderful places in the city and outside the city. You know, we will continue to visit and support them throughout this pandemic. Well, Chef Claudio, technology has proven to be an indispensable resource for restaurants throughout the pandemic. From QR codes, menus to an app-based reservation, pre-ordering before the guests arrive. Will the use of technology continue to grow within the industry? What do you think?
I think there's going to be obviously an opportunity for technology to find its way into the restaurant industry, even more so than the past. But I don't feel that technology is ever going to take the place of good cooking, great service. I think those two things are always going to be the most important ingredients in a restaurant. As Michael pointed out, I do see potentially menus, being eliminated, physical menus from the restaurant experience. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think, menus can be very costly. As Michael can attest, he has so many restaurants. I'm sure his paper costs are through the roof because of that. That's a good thing to be able to eliminate that. I think there's going to be, I think the consumer is going to probably become more demanding actually when they go to a restaurant now, when it comes to value for money, because everyone's been forced to cook at home, produce more delicious food at home. I think the home cook has become a lot more skilled because of the pandemic. I know myself, I've never cooked so much at home in my entire life. I love doing it. But I think that the non-chef home cook has become a lot more elevated, and therefore that will put more pressure on chefs to become, to be creating more delicious food, more innovative food. I think there's going to be a great, great, great opportunity for restaurants to create food that is more innovative, that is the kind of food that the home cook can't produce themselves at home. Because I think what's interesting, and I found this with MasterChef, again, I'm not trying to plug the show, but I will anyway, is the home cooks have season after season have become just better and stronger, faster. The lines between a home cook and a restaurant line cook are blurred now. And I think that's happening even more so now with this pandemic. And I think that's a good thing. I think it'll just force restaurants to become better. I think that can never be a bad thing.
Oh, I agree, Chef Claudio. I mean, that's never a bad thing for sure. I was reading an article last week, where they were promoting this idea of a flexible kitchen. I think that's what they called it. So basically, I'm going out with my family to a restaurant, but I like to eat Italian. My granddaughter wants to eat sushi. My grandson wants a steak. My son wants to eat something else totally different. And so we're able to order ahead, and we get to the restaurants and we're able to eat. We're all able to eat something different. Is this something that you see happening in the future in the industry?
I don't know. I still think that there's always the risk of becoming the jack of all trades, master of none, if you do too many different cuisines under one kitchen, under one roof. I think there's a lot to be said about a chef that focuses on one style and does it really well. I do think that the future restaurants, not in every case, but I do think that there's going to be a lot of operators are going to develop concepts that are more of a hybrid, where there is a grocery component, a great strong takeaway component. I think IT is going to be a big part of restaurants moving forward in terms of very seamless point of sale user experience. I think that is going to be the way of the future. But again, I don't think anything can replace sitting down in a beautiful restaurant with great furniture, great lighting, great service, great food. I think that's here to stay. I think there's going to be an insatiable appetite for
You're like you and Chef Michael and Chef Alvin have said many times on MasterChef Canada, taste is king, and it will always be about that. It will always be about quality. It will always be about, the love and that special touch, that great chefs like yourselves will add to a wonderful dish and make it just a memorable experience. You can never replace that, that's for sure. Well, Chef Michael, Chef Claudio, this has been just a fantastic conversation. I've enjoyed listening to everything you both had to say. I will give you a final word. What would you like to say to everyone watching, to all the guests and to all the chefs?
What I'd like to say to our guests, our people in the industry, is that optimism is out there in big doses right now. The vaccines are being administered. Spring is around the corner. I think in the next 45 days, plus or minus, we will turn a significant corner. Now is not the time to give up hope. Those who have been loyal to your favorite restaurants or experimenting, ordering from different restaurants, different cuisines, please continue that. That lifeline is absolutely essential and will be for a reasonable amount more time. And we can't wait to swing our doors open, greet our guests, greet our friends from the neighborhood, your families, and let's enjoy and share and break bread together. And those of you who are in the industry, let's not forget what it is that God is excited about being in the hospitality service food industry. It is a beautiful industry. It is an industry that is so rich with diversity and opportunity and flavor and growth and such a beautiful business to be in. Let's not let go of that. It will come back. It will take a little time, but we will come back stronger than ever. So my sort of final word is don't give up hope. Believe in it. It'll happen.
Chef Claudio?
Yeah, I mean, I think as a cliche metaphor for myself is, when there's a forest fire, everything burns down and then the ground becomes more fertile and vibrant, and all the trees, all the plants come back up and become stronger and greener, and I think the restaurant business is no different. We will bounce back. I think hopefully we'll bounce back and be more kind, to each other, have a little more humility, more patience, recognize that we are a lot more similar than we are different from one another. Even if you are the owner of the restaurant or, a line cook, we all have the same needs. I think that the restaurant business it's never been the kind of business where you can make a quick buck. It takes a lot of work. The profit line is very thin, and that tells me that the people who are in it really love to be in it and are doing it for the right reasons. And it'll bounce back in a stronger, better way. I don't think it's going to get worse. I think it's going to get better. As Michael said, I think right now we're at a very critical point. We're so close, I think, to reopening in a very cautious way, which is, I think, very important right now. And I think, which is important, I think, to say for me is that, we've never seen anything like this happen before. And I think that in Toronto, I will speak, for our leaders in the city. I think they've done a pretty decent job at keeping, people calm. And the next step is just vaccinations, making sure that we roll out these vaccinations in a very effective, efficient, and safe way, which I see happening. But I think overall, I think it's going to make the city stronger. That's what I feel.
Yes, absolutely, Chef Claudio. And our wish and our hope certainly is for everyone in the industry to come back stronger. And your presence here today and your words will go a long way in encouraging and inspiring everyone to look ahead with renewed enthusiasm, with more energy, and with hope. There is a big light at the end of the tunnel. So on behalf of everyone watching and everyone here at the Toronto Artistic Food Expo, a sincere and heartfelt thank you. And on a personal note, I'm very, very grateful and honored that you were able to join me here today. Every time I think about you and the entire MasterChef family, I always think of you with lots of love, with respect and gratitude. Thank you for making this special day for me and for everyone watching. I hope to see you again soon. And until then, please stay safe and be well.
Look forward to it. That's very kind of you to say those kind words. And you keep doing what you're doing. Your Instagram feed, I love going on it. Love to see what Tony's been doing in the kitchen. Love the recipes. Well, keep doing what you do. It's fabulous to see. I certainly thoroughly enjoy it, and I know many, many others do. And the best of success with the Artistic Food Expo 2021. Well done and well deserved.
Thank you. Thank you, Chef Claudio. Thank you, Chef Michael. Love you.
Yeah, baby.
Grazie. Ciao, ciao. Arrivederci.
Well, thank you, everyone, for joining me and MasterChef Canada judges, Chef Michael Bonaccini and Chef Claudio Aprile at the Toronto Artistic Food Expo. Please enjoy the rest of the event. Michelle, back to you.
Thank you, Chef Tony, and thank you to Chefs Michael and Claudio for your insight and your inspiration. Now moving on with a delicious local favorite, Irby Restaurant. Conveniently located steps away from Chester Station, Irby is the place to try authentic homemade Persian food. Let's check it out. Thank you so much to Irby Restaurant. That looks delicious. I love Persian food and I cannot wait to visit when I can. Okay, let's keep things rolling here with another local expert in Italian cuisine. Chef Luciano Cipano, born in Canada, raised in Italy, Chef Luciano is a Red Seal certified chef with a genuine passion for the culinary arts. His dedication to the art of cooking started when he was just 7 years old, and over the years he has developed and focused his passion for cooking by going back to his origins and discovering old recipes and adopting old practices and rekindling the authentic craft of creating wholesome Italian flavors.
Ciao a tutti, my name is Luciano Schipano. I'm a personal chef based here in Toronto, Canada. Thank you so much, artists and artisans, for having me and be here at this event, meeting all of you virtually. And I hope that you're safe, you're healthy, and I can't wait to show some delicious recipe, Italian recipe, and stories about this Italian recipe. Fettuccine Alfredo. So, well, very, very controversial recipe. I want also to thank you, Saffron Hub, for featuring and organizing this event. Thank you so much for all what you're doing to let us discover more about food and have a food experience virtually. We were talking about fettuccine Alfredo. Well, the modern fettuccine Alfredo was invented by Alfredo di Levio in Roma, Italy. Yes, fettuccine Alfredo sono italiane, they are Italian. And according to the family, in 1882, so we're talking about more than 150 years ago almost, Alfredo Di Lelio, opened a restaurant in Piazza Rosa with his mother Angelina. Well, Di Lelio invented the fettuccine Alfredo, che prima si chiamavano al triplo burro. So the fettuccine Alfredo were not the Alfredo fettuccine sauce, were called al triple butter, because the real fettuccine Alfredo, they are made with a Parmigiano Reggiano, with butter and egg fresh fettuccine. So there is not pasta, noodles, okay, please. There is also difference between noodles and pasta, right? So going back to our recipe, what happened? That Mr. Alfredo Di Lelio, the wife was not feeling very well. So what happened was he made this very rich, energized pasta for her wife. And seems that, what a miracle, la pasta fa miracoli, avete visto? The wife get better and healthy. So what he decided? He decided to feature the pasta in his restaurant. Piazza Rosa disappeared then in 1910, following by the construction of the Galleria Colonna Sordi, and the restaurant was forced to close. Di Lelio later opened another restaurant called Alfredo alla Scrofa, and he decided to call this finally pasta alla Alfredo. To make our fettuccine Alfredo, we just need 3 simple ingredients. We need butter, we need a Parmigiano Reggiano, Grana Padano, or Pecorino Romano, an Italian cheese that is important, and fresh egg fettuccine. That's it. Then we're gonna boil the pasta, and we mix together with the butter. We add slowly the cheese and a little bit of the cooking water. We are going to create la crema, la cremina. That was intended for fettuccine Alfredo. Nowadays, the fettuccine Alfredo, they are very, very common everywhere in the United States, here in Canada, not that much in Europe actually, perché in Europe, they talk about pasta al burro. That is very common. As you know what, it's one of my favorite as a kid, especially when we got a little bit sick, not feeling well, un po' di pasta al burro, un po' di parmigiano, un po' di formaggio, and the kids were happy. La pastina, la penicellina degli italiani, oh my God, they're so excited to remember how the pastina was so delicious. But let's go back to our recipe. Our water is boiling, salted after he's boiling, so we're gonna actually add the salt. Quanto sale? Say just a 1/3 cup for 2 liters water. That is very important. So we're gonna add our pasta, let it boil it. How long? It has to come out, so we need just 3 to 5 minutes. Boil, nice, very good. Okay, our pasta is coming up. So what you have to do now for this pasta is we drain the pasta, we reserve some of the cooking water, and if we need it, we add a little bit of the cooking water slowly while the butter is melting, because we need to create la cremina. That is very, very important step that you cannot miss and screw up with that, okay? Give me a second, we're gonna stop right away. Our pasta is cooking, is almost ready, and the fresh egg pasta has not to be al dente, it has to be fully cooked. So I tried. You always check in the middle if there has a white center. If the center is still white, that means it needs a little bit, but this is perfect, so it's ready to drain. So what do? We're gonna drain our pasta. We add here in the bowl, we add the butter. While the butter is melting, we add a little bit of reserved cooking water. So let's start. 2 cubes of butter down here. Pasta is ready. There you go. That's the real fettuccine Alfredo, al triplo burro, because now the pasta is releasing starch. And while we are mixing that together, see the butter is melting, we are going to add a little bit of cheese. There you go. A little bit more butter. because this is actually pasta al burro. We need a little bit of water. As I told you, we had some reserved water because we have to create la cremina, not the whipping cream as many restaurants they serve our fettuccine alfredo. Then I have seen actually fettuccine alfredo, they are served with chicken, shrimps, a lot of variation, and I would say that probably they get creative, but that's not the right way to serve the fettuccine alfredo. Can add more cheese. Al triplo burro, so triple butter, so think about it, right? And cheese. It's a very, very energizing recipe. And you can see how it's made beautiful, creamy here. Look at this. How beautiful. The real fettuccine alfredo. This is the original recipe, but it's good to at least we know how it was originated. Okay, so it's nice and creamy, melted, nice, and we're going to plate it right now. Fettuccine Alfredo al triplo burro. Thank you so much, artist and artisan, Saffron Hub, for having me today. I am very happy to share with you my knowledge, and I wait you here at Culinario.
Thank you so much to Chef Luciano. That looks incredible. Now let's move on to something a little sweeter in the west end of Toronto with Tartistry. Tartistry is a bakery in Etobicoke created by Michelle and Stephen Roberts. Combining her love for baking with a wish to accommodate her friend's dietary needs, Michelle started experimenting with gluten-free alternatives in 2012. And when she realized that her customers couldn't tell the difference, Tartistry became an entirely gluten-free bakery. So known for their award-winning butter tarts with over 10 varieties to choose from, that's amazing, Tartistry specializes in the sweet and savory treats that taste just like home.
Hi there, I'm Michelle Roberts, owner of Tartistry. This is it. This is the kitchen where it all happens. As you can see, it's a gigantic space, but we somehow managed to pull it all together here. We came to the Queensway, just east of Kipling, in 2012, and first time my husband Stephen and I ever were involved in retail. Such a huge learning curve for us, and we've even persevered through COVID for the last year. My mom was a terrific baker and cook. And when I was a little girl, I remember standing up to the counter, watching everything that she did and being passionate about it. So I did a focus group with some girlfriends at the beginning. And one of my girlfriends has a son who is gluten-free, or celiac, I should say. And she said, it'd be really nice if you did like just one thing for people like that, because it's hard for them to find anything. And we started out doing half of our tarts gluten-free and the other half quote-unquote normal. And because we were able to develop the recipe so that no one could tell the difference, we just switched to entirely gluten-free. And that way we're not risking any cross-contamination, and we have a delicious product. I learned that butter tarts were actually a Canadian invention. That was a huge attraction for me. And then when I started speaking to people about having butter tarts, possibly a butter tart store, they lost their minds, really. Their reaction was over the top, and so I knew that we had a winner with butter tarts. And we have about 8 or 9 available every day on our display. I think that 17 is the actual number. There are certain specialty ones that we do for festivals and fairs, such as the s'more butter tart, Nutella butter tart, roasted almond and white chocolate, for example. We are in over 60 retail stores, the higher end ones like Healthy Planet, Nature's Emporium, Goodness Me, The Big Carrot, Sweet Potato, and so on. We try to make it to every butter tart festival in Southern Ontario and other fairs like the Royal Winter Fair, for example. There are numerous edibles that we sell besides butter tarts, but in addition to that, we like to fill the store with antiques, which are also for sale. Many of our customers happen to be artists, so we offer to hang their art and attempt to sell it for them in the store because we have the space. And, little this and that. It does look like a bit of a furniture auction, but it's not. These are the tables and chairs that we have in our cafe for people to come and enjoy the live jazz music that we have every day, except when there's COVID. So we have 30 musicians that come throughout the week from Tuesday through Saturday, all day Saturday. We can't wait to get them back. We also do small and large savory pies like beef bourguignon, chicken tourtière, cheddar leek and spinach quiche, which is hugely popular, chicken vegetable, and so on. We seem to attract a warm, sensitive, caring, loving customer. And, we put a lot of love in our baking. Maybe that's what brings them here. But once we know them, they seem to come back over and over again. And we've made some very good personal friends through this time.
Thank you so much, Saffron Hub and Artists and Artisans, for inviting us to the Toronto Food Expo. You can learn more about Tartistry on our Instagram and our TikTok.
Thank you so much to Michelle and Stephen at Tartistry. I can tell a lot of you out there are butter tart fans. And again, don't forget to ask questions to our hosts and say hello. Alana, you said hello to me. Hello back to you. And hello to everyone watching today. Engage in the comment section as we have fantastic giveaways from our favorite non-alcoholic brands, Sapsucker and Golden Hour. And we also have a few boozy prizes. So from Siempre Tequila, Nude Vodka Soda, and Georgian Bay Smash. So make sure to comment, engage, and tag your friends on the live stream for your chance to win. All right, if you are ever in the Scarborough area, you have to make a pit stop at Atia's Fresh Farm. They are a fresh addition to the mosaic of the Canadian grocery world with their almost 22,000 square foot store. They serve nothing but 100% halal items, which is also fantastic. Here's more about Atia's. All right. Thank you for that. Let's take a quick trip to Lebanon now with Toronto's own Al Diwan Lebanese Bakery. They are an authentic open flame bakery specializing in manakish, flatbread style pizzas, stuffed mini pies, hummus, baba ganoush, so many unique dishes. Al Diwan imported their custom built open flame oven from Lebanon to give real authenticity to their manaish dish. So whether you're in Scarborough, Toronto, Mississauga, Richmond Hill, anywhere throughout the GTA, including Markham, Ajax, Al Diwan Lebanese Bakery is the #1 Middle Eastern bakery in the city.
Welcome to Al Diwan Bakery. This is Al Diwan Bakery. Here, when you enter, we have various ornaments here. You can see Middle Eastern ornaments, some shishas. We have our own brand of yogurt drink. We manufacture our own drinks, and we sell them, and we also distribute them to various supermarkets around the city. Just a little glimpse of what we do here. A little mini supermarket, some spices, some Middle Eastern coffees and sweets and jams. And here's our menu. Everything is baked daily here. It's per order. So we have the famous za'atar, beef, cheese, sausage, fool, hummus, baba ganoush, egg and cheese, egg and beef. We have natalla, veggie pizza. These are all mini pizzas here. And over here, we have the daily freshly made mini pies. So this one is the spinach. We got the cheese with parsley. We got the mini pizzas there, veggie. And this is the feta with spinach, and we also have the beef, which is sold out at the moment, and we're making more. So here is our custom built oven that was built in Lebanon and brought over here, and it was very difficult to install. We had to get a special permit as it's an open flame, and as you can see here, you have to keep your eye on the it's called manakish. These flatbreads are called manakish. You got to keep your eye on them. You got to keep moving them around because you got fire on the left and also fire on the right, and it will take a few seconds for it to cook. As you can see here, he's moving the manakish, so the heat and the fire cooks it evenly. So not only does it have to be cooked on the bottom, it's also got to be cooked on top. And when he realizes it's ready to go, then he pulls it out and he just slams it on the table here. Give it 30 seconds to 1 minute for it to cool down. Okay, so here is our wonderful lady by the name of Susie. She does our mini pies, and as you can see, right now she's stuffing the beef. And so this is a traditional way of doing it back in Lebanon. And I'll get a close-up shot of how she does it. So this is our wonderful lady Mary. So now what she's doing is making an order, and okay, so this is what we're doing right now is we got an order of 4 cheese mini manakish. So as you can see, the dough is well rested and spoofed. And what we do, we have a specialty kind of butter, not really, but it's what we do, it gives it a flavor and a golden color on the edges. Now the cheese that she's putting is Lebanese cheese, and it's a mix of 5 different cheeses combined together. We have Hakawi, Nabulsi, Halloum, Akawi, and white mozzarella. So Mary now is making our most famous manakish, which is called zatar. Zatar is in the oregano family. It's called thyme. It has sesame inside of it and various different plants. We mix it together with oil. It could be olive oil, or it could be canola oil as well. So I want to introduce my father. This is my father, Nizar Al-Karuni. He is the chef here. He's the man responsible for making all the mixes, the dough, and his job is to basically to give the best quality food. Salam. So say hello, Mr. Nizar.
Hello.
No, thank you. So here what we're doing is we're making an egg and cheese manakish. And what we do with the dough is we make a little kind of like a little bowl type. And this is very popular for breakfast. It's very filling as well. The egg and cheese. And then it goes right into the oven.
Yes.
Hello. My name is Mohammed Al-Karuni. I'm the founder of Al-Diwan Bakery here in Scarborough. We're located at 1415 Kennedy Road, Unit 9. We specialize in Lebanese manakish, which are little flatbreads. I did a little quick video of what we do just to demonstrate the offerings that we offer here at the bakery. I want to thank you for the opportunity to present our bakery, and we hope that you would come down and give us a try.
Thank you so much to everyone at Al Diwan. Now, if you were present for the Whitby Artistic Food Expo, you might recognize our next guest. With a passion for cooking ever since she was young, Chef Jasjeet wishes to share her knowledge and culinary experiences with everyone. She specializes in making traditional and authentic Indian food and baked goods that are extraordinarily delicious, so we are all in for a treat. Thank you so much for joining us today, Chef Jasjeet. Hello, Chef. Now we can hear you. Hello, Chef. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Thank you so much for being here today.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Michelle. Thanks for having me. I'm going to be talking about today a very, very staple meal in our Indian homes, and especially Punjabi traditional dish that is dal. And dal is lentils. So I'm going to showcase here. This is the lentils I'm using. So these are the moong beans, moong lentils, and this is the masoor dal. So orange dal, you can say, but these are the combination of the two dals that I'm using today. But at home, this is one recipe that you're gonna have, and you're gonna make 6-7 dals out of it. So same tadka recipe that's gonna go in. So you have green dal, you have black dal, and you have chana dal as well, which is again the yellow one. So this is what you can use all these dals and just create one recipe, because Tadka is the soul of any dals that we make at home, and tadka makes it just reach to the level of salivating. That's basically what it is. So what you're gonna do, the first part is with the dal, you are going to boil it. You will boil the dal with little bit of turmeric and salt. And you can add ginger, green chilies, that's optional, a little bit of red chili powder if you like, but I like to just make it very simple. Just boil the dal and then leave it. And after that, make sure I put my nice tadka on it. Tadka is basically caramelized onions that we are going to do right now. And I'm going to show you that. Give me 1 second. Over here, we are going to start with some ghee. So here is ghee going in our pan, and that is your startup of a tadka. A good tadka has to have ghee, which means that you need to have a good fat. We are adding a good fat to our dal, and then the spices comes as well. And basically, I am just using these 4 spices for my dal, which happens to be cumin seeds, which goes in now. And after cumin seeds, I will go with some garlic and ginger. So a little bit of ginger goes in, and as well my garlic, taste of garlic. Whatever you add to pan first is what you're going to taste as well. So garlic and ginger would be the first flavor you're gonna get out of this. And after this, we are just going to add our onions.
And Chef, ghee is clarified butter, is it not? Just for everyone at home.
Absolutely, it is clarified butter. It's a good fat, and it's actually coming from the ancient wisdom of Ayurvedic cooking as well, where they encourage us to use ghee in our cooking. And you can make this clarified butter at home as well if you like. It's just basically with the unsalted butter, you can clarify it, and that becomes your ghee. Ghee will never go bad. Butter can go bad, but ghee will never go bad. So once this step is done, all you have to, you will see a tadka like this, which as you can see, it's nicely caramelized, right? So I'm just going to add this to my dal, and I will get this tadka out because I would like to show you a secret, because sometimes, you know, we always kind of feel we are going to these restaurants, and we want the restaurant feel in our dal every day when we make it at home. So I do double tadka. So this was my first tadka, and this is the step. You don't want to forget this, because this is the secret behind the whole dal process that we do
Chef
Jasjeet, and dal is full of protein.
I just want to let you know we have under a minute left.
Perfect. So here it is, Michelle. If we don't have too much time, I'm going to show you. This is the dal with the second tadka in it. You can see a nice shine of the red chili powder. The second tadka has garlic, red chili powder, and the whole chilies, and a little bit of asafoetida. So I hope you can, all of you can see this beautiful color on the dal, and that makes it the restaurant style dal. When you go to restaurant, you can say, I want dal tadka, and make sure you tell them that you want double dal tadka, because that's what chef told you. So along with that, you can serve some accompaniments like aloo gobi, cauliflower potato. You can have some rice with it. I have prepared some rice. So rice can go very well. And then you can have also some yogurt with cucumber and tomatoes, which is raita. And also we have chapati. That's complete your whole meal for your dal meal if you're having. And trust me, this is our everyday dinner. I would make dal, and I would make there's 7 days, so 7 different dals are made every day in my house and all the Punjabi homes. And I'm sure it's going to be now staple in your home as well after watching me doing this dal, because you know it's full of nutrition and you will love it. You will love the flavors. You will just love the dal as much as I do.
Thank you so much, Chef Jasjeet, especially for showing us the secret to making delicious dal, but also letting us know what we should ask for when we order. We really appreciate that. And we appreciate you joining us live. And now another guest from the Whitby Artistic Food Expo, a local favorite and popular brand, Malona Products. Located in Whitby, Ontario, their authentic and distinguished products have been sold all throughout Canada and even in parts of the US. They strive to give people accessibility to premium, local, and pure food products. Malona Products takes pride in their beekeeping business that has been passed through generations.
Hi, my name is Bernie Carinci, and I am from Whitby, Ontario. I am a fourth-generation beekeeper and fine food artisan. Malona Products is located in Whitby, Ontario, and our fine food products are proudly distributed throughout all of Ontario as well as the rest of Canada and even into the USA. One of my biggest and proudest accomplishments in my career was when I decided to launch Malona Products alongside Cindy and my son Robert. Cindy has been a professional chef for over 25 years, working in many top restaurants in Toronto, as well as training and working in Italy. Cindy brings a huge knowledge and understanding of fine food to Malona. Robert, who will be the 5th generation, is being mentored and is involved and learning every aspect of the business. Together, we want to create and allow people to have accessibility to premium, local, and pure food products. Being of Italian descent, we know good food, and our dream is to share that with our local residents and people everywhere. That's why at Malona we have been able to introduce not only some amazing honey products, which we encourage you to try, especially our ice-creamed honey. We have also put all our experience into creating some artisanal products, such as heirloom jams, artisanal wine vinegars, ice wine jellies, and sauces. At Malona, we believe a true food artisan is someone who is able to bring you a truly amazing food experience while using the absolute best quality and the finest local ingredients. That, along with a passion for food and incorporating techniques that have been inherited and passed on from generation to generation. During COVID, we have managed to increase our online presence. We have gained over 30,000 followers on some of our social media platforms. Malona, our dream, has really taken off. People are appreciating and enjoying our hard work, which is why we keep pushing to improve and produce more for you and your family to enjoy. We can also arrange safe drop-off and pickup spots within the GTA. Although we are glad to be growing so fast, we never forget about our local residents, and we are always happy to deliver to them. Sometimes I will even deliver an order myself, and if I am fortunate, I will get a chance to meet and chat with my customers for a few minutes. The best way people can support local small businesses through COVID is by expressing their support. They can do this by buying their product, write a nice review, spread word-of-mouth advertising, donate to them, or even donate to a charity that the small business supports. Try reaching out to your local business. Tell them you would like to make a donation on their behalf and see what their reaction will be. I promise you, it will be a positive one. As small businesses these days are being faced with new and difficult challenges, we have to remember why we are in business in the first place, because we love doing what we do. So let's keep our heads up right now during these dark days, as brighter days will be coming soon. Remember that the stronger you are now, the stronger you will be later. Until then, enjoy what we enjoy doing best. We would like to thank Saffron Hub and Artists and Artisans for all their hard work in putting these events together. This wonderful event brings together some of the best culinary food creators in Canada. We are honored to have been selected to participate. Thank you. Bernie Carinci, President of Malona Products.
Big thank you to Malona Products. And if you're looking for Somali food, Sahan Restaurant has got you covered. They are the GTA's newest and most accommodating Somali restaurant, built with the Somali community in mind. Somali food is a beautiful combination of natural flavors and subtle spices that are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Before opening his restaurant, owner Mohammed Jardeh vowed to give back to his community. His mission statement includes the promise to share his profits with those less fortunate, which is incredible. What's even more wonderful is that a percentage of all profits made by the restaurant are given to the local Somali community and to Somali groups abroad.
Hi, my name is Mahmoud Chibda. I'm the owner of Sam Restaurant located 2010 Lawrence Avenue East. Having my own business was always something I dreamed for. In 2013, I started putting together all my finance, all my saving, and 2014, I started opening the restaurant. It was rough, long journey. It takes me about 7 years to reach where I am now. In 2019, COVID-19 started, everything went down, business fell about 30%, loss of employee, and now it's 2021. Even though it's not same as it used to be, but I'm hopeful that everything will change in 2022. Now we're lucky one that we're still open compared to a lot of business that's closed. We're the lucky one. Thank you very much.
Big thank you to Sahan Restaurant. And we know that we can't always talk about food without talking about wine as well in many cases. So let's welcome Wine Cellars International to provide us with amazing food and wine pairings. Since its humble roots in 2001, focused on Italy, Wine Cellars International has grown into a large global portfolio with a dedicated team that operates with a high level of integrity, honesty, and above all, passion for bringing fine wines to their customers' table.
Hello everyone, my name is Maimu, spelt my moo, pronounced my cow. Ha. And I'd like to welcome you to Wine Cellars International, and that's Cellars with a C. Why do we use C? Is because for centuries now, people have been using cellars to keep their wine. If you look at Champagne in France, you will find there are kilometers of vats in tunnels. Macedonia had archaeologists dig up these wonderful vats that are ceramic and they're underground. In Sicily, where our wine is coming from, we are built into a hillside. And it is a biological wine, and what they do is it comes in at the top floor and it goes all the way down to the 5th floor where the cellars are, all without using any machinery. It's all gravity all the way down. So it's beautiful. Anyways, just to have a look and show you that what wine is it's a sensation. It is, wine and food pairing is a sensation that you can use. You start off very quickly with smelling your wine. So you look at it, you take it up, you swirl it a little bit, and you put your nose in. This one is very, very citrusy. It is a Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand called Ward Valley, and it is very, very citrusy. If you look at this one, you'll see just a tiny little bit difference in color, a little bit stronger, but this is Insolia from Sicily, and it is one of their native varietals, and it is way more peachy, peary, and more minerally. So there's a real difference in the two styles. One is very, very fresh and vibrant, and the other one is just as fresh. However, it is a little muted, and it also is very, very minerally. So it's slightly different depending on the terroir. So what I've done today is I have paired it with yellowtail snapper as well as a cauliflower rice. Both white wines go very well with seafood, all kinds of shellfish, etc. But today I decided that I would use the snapper. So what is wine and food pairing? It's pretty well just taste sensations, because once you have your smell, that starts, especially this nice fresh one, it starts all your saliva glands moving and you want more. And then you have a slight taste. Lovely, refreshing, excellent on the patio in the summertime. And the other one is equally wonderful, but slightly different because it is more minerally, and it works very, very well with the fish. So that's what wine and food pairing is all about. It's all sensations, all about the ambiance of you having a meal. And to finish our amazing meal, we're going to have a very simple platter with the most amazing Portuguese port. You need to try. Wine and food, as I mentioned earlier, is all about taste and trying out things. And it makes it a wonderful event if you keep trying and do something that's different. And I know a lot of people don't like to try different wines, but do so, experiment. It's really wonderful. And if you look here, we've got a Portuguese port, which is amazing. And these are both the same port. One is a 10-year and the other is a 20-year. Now look at the difference in color. This is your 10 and this is your 20. As it ages, the port loses a lot of the sugar and it becomes more mellow and it becomes much more drinkable for those that don't like a lot of sweet. I don't. So to me, the 20 is outstanding. And it comes up with this amazing almond flavor, which just blows you away. So a very simple dessert. You take out your cheese earlier, and this is a local cheese. As I've said before, I want to try everything and try and use as much as I can local. That's why I use the venison. This cheese is a local cheese, and it's not a full blue cheese, so it's not that difficult to pair with your ports. And dark chocolate, walnuts, and apricots. And that's it. And you're done. And your meal's had such a great time, and now you're finishing with a really lovely product. So enjoy all your foods and the wine pairing with it, and experiment as much as you can. The more you do, the more comfortable you become with it, and you'll be able to try all kinds of wines from different parts of the world.
Thank you so much to Wine Cellars International for that. You know, I'm learning so much today. I learned a lot in that segment about wine pairing, so I'm very excited about that. For our last guest today, let's talk tacos. Mi Taco Taqueria is a casual Mexican restaurant featuring a delicious menu with foods like tacos, burritos, bowls, and their crispy fried chicken burgers, which originate from their southern roots. All their ingredients are made in-house every day.
So the flour tortilla is our house-made flour tortilla. It's actually used for our tacos, and we also make it for our burritos. So they're hand-pressed and placed in a machine that actually presses them, and then placed on a flat, dry grill. And the dry flat top there is 550 degrees. So you'll see that when you place the dough into the machine, it's pressed, it comes out, and then it heats up so quickly. So you have to be really good at flipping those tortillas quick enough so that they don't burn. But it's a top seller at the restaurant and definitely complements any taco. So our grilled onions are sliced here at the restaurant. We do this every day. We grill it on the flat top, really high heat, a little bit of salt, and there you go. It complements all of our tacos, and a must-have. The grilled steak, or the carne asada, is very authentic and eaten all over Mexico. We use a flank steak, and that's imported from Mexico. We grill that to perfection and of course, cut it up. We serve that with grilled onions, raw onions, cilantro, and of course, lime. And so delicious on our flour tortilla, and flour tortillas are made in-house as well. Our guacamole is made with fresh avocados and our pico de gallo. Our pico de gallo is diced up tomatoes, cilantro, onions, jalapenos, some lime, and salt, and we toss that together, and we add it to our fresh avocados, and there you go. You've got your guacamole. The chips that we serve with the guacamole are made freshly at the restaurant here, and we add a special seasoning to the tortilla chips, and it gets everybody coming back for more. They're delicious.
A big thank you to Mitako Takeru for that. I have enough food ideas to last at least a month, I think. It's just been absolutely wonderful today. And as the event now comes to a close and I must leave you, I want to wish you a wonderful evening. It's been an absolute pleasure being your host today, and we are hoping that everyone will safely enjoy their local restaurants and support small businesses near them. Thank you so much for helping us encourage our Toronto and Scarborough culinary talent, and we hope to see you at our next event. If you have any questions or would like to be a part of future expos, please contact us via our email, info@saffronhub.org or info@artisandartisans.ca. Now, before we let you go, keeping in line with some of our core values and our mission, we think it's important for us to have performing arts by local artists, and I absolutely love this idea. We want to encourage the amazing talent that we have right here in our backyards. So join me in welcoming Lyubov K. She is a Toronto-based singer-songwriter whose dreamy alternative pop singles deliver smooth vocals and confessional lyrics, writing relatable music inspired by her personal life, and translating popular foreign songs into English was the driving force behind her growth as an artist. Within a short span of time, her YouTube channel has garnered a following and has set the stage for her original music. Thanks to all the government officials for their videos and their support, and thanks to you, our public, for tuning in. Keep an eye on your inbox, of course, to see if you have won a prize. Thank you so much.
Give me strength to leave this town, 'cause these walls, they tear me down. While I'm here, you stay on my mind. Gotta leave the same foe.